and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Falakzeeb Khan, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Manoj Bejawar. Hello, welcome, Mr. Manoj. We are glad to have you here today with us on FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you, Falak. Thanks for this opportunity, Directors Institute, as well as World Leadership Forum. I mean, both of them developments. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me give you a quick brief about Mr. Manoj. He is a result-driven business leader and entrepreneur with over 3 decades of progressive experience, honed in the IT domain and leadership roles. He has a diverse background in global customer service, IT management, skill development, and entrepreneurship across various industries such as healthcare, BFSI, telecom, defense, and power. He has a track record of consistently demonstrating his abilities to leverage information technologies to maximize returns on investment and improve business operations, always maintaining a clear focus on customer delight. Currently, he is the founder and CEO of Bejawar Innovative Technologies and a board member and chief operating officer at SynchroServe Group. So, Mr. Bejawar, could you let our viewers know about your career journey so far? And our clients would like to know how you manage your responsibilities as a CEO as well as a COO and board member simultaneously.
Thanks, Falak, again for nice introduction. I think over a span of my 3 decades, as you listed out, most of them IT in different segments and industries. As well, I mean, 1/3 of it is entrepreneur. I've been associated with companies like GE, Symantec, Microsoft, Sprint, and CMC before coming to SynchroServe as a promoter as well as entrepreneur. It's like, fortunate, I would say. I've been fortunate to be part of many disruptions in India, which actually transformed and made some global footprints. For example, the first private email in late, I think, 90s and early 2000, we have started the first BPO call center. I was fortunate to design that from Gurgaon, as well as remote IT infrastructure services. This is across the span across, gives me opportunity to manage global talent across 18 countries. With the responsibilities to $500 million of revenue. And second is the remote IT infrastructure services. During this time of my whole experience, I managed global talent indirectly, directly, maybe thousands, but across 18 countries. That's something, with responsibilities, $500 million revenue, accountability. Well, throughout my career, my motivation was to, take up new challenges and building new platform services so that, I'm excited always. Second part of the question, Falak, thanks for asking that. I mean, a lot of times leadership question is that, how do you manage different responsibilities, being the board member or, having multiple companies. So it's one of them. I believe strongly that investing in people capital. So building a strong second line through mentoring and coaching and enabling them with robust processes and technologies to make their life easy, then empower them with effective delegation and have an invisible card so that they never fail, but make sure they learn from the failures as well as successes. So having this people capital, you would be safe to get any kind of role so that you can focus on strategic as well as better things to do rather than in mundane jobs. Thanks.
That's really great and very interesting to know. So what do you regard as a great leadership quality and why?
Well, a few things. I think every leader probably, but I strongly believe there is no difference between your personal or a professional life, because a person behaves as, it can't be a different personalities at different roles. So it is always same. So the value chain or a value system surrounding a person is always the same. So foremost for me, the integrity, which is doing the first things, doing the things right rather. Then second is more of trust, building a trust through open and honest communication. Believe me, trust is like a treasure. You can encash anytime during your lifetime. Okay. Then apart from that, I think risk-taking ability, taking a calculated risks and, taking the challenges along with it. You should be able to maneuver the courses. That's one of the leadership trait, which should be. So I like the golf. Suppose say we take 80% chance, hitting it, 20% you leave it might fall. Other thing is constant learning. A leader must learn always. As Mahatma Gandhi said, I think learning should stop only after the death, never before. So the other one is, about customer. I used to say to my team, live with customers. What does I mean? Literally think like customer, act like customer, or think from the customer's perspective and do whatever business transaction, keep this customer center. So that's one of the, I think, prime important parameter to be for a leader. After all, a human is an intelligent person. He can communicate better, but communication is all about not just communicating, making others listen, understand, process it, and action it. So communicate at all levels around you, 360 degrees. That helps any leader to have clear clarity on his vision and a mission.
That's really wonderful to know. So what advice would you give our viewers who are future disruptors in India's corporate ecosystem?
Thanks for that. I think it relates to current world with so many unicorns trying to build with the latest technologies and many disruptions. As I've seen, disruptions bring a lot of challenges. Disruptions bring a lot of risks associated with it. But the other side of it, it gets a high level of transformation and leading to a high growth. So if you feel, if any disruptor or any startup or anybody bringing an idea, you strongly believe in it, be passionate about it and just go on that path. If you believe strongly, it is a right path. And also, while doing it, be grounded, because you have to make your hands dirty. Before you take up that idea to the higher levels, you must be grounded. Challenge yourself. As I said earlier, take calculated risks, not a blind shots. And the other thing is, a lot of people shy about it, asking for help. Take help from every corner where you see, where you need. I think don't be shy about it. And the other thing is no shortcuts. Take, focus on the outcome and the process behind it. Make sure, while during this journey, you take constant feedback from your team, your stakeholders, your customers, and shareholders, and continuously change the course to reach the goal. That's what about makes you a peaceful journey and beautiful journey.
True indeed. So as someone who has been on boards before, have you ever felt that the current corporate governance framework is inadequate to support India's booming corporate fabric?
Yeah, thanks for again. I think it's excellent questions. India is growing, and shining today, and is the best thing in India today, current situation, where it is the largest democracy and it's going to become one of the largest economy in few years down the line. I think number of unicorns, it is showing that, how India is transforming. However, there are still, we see some glitches in the corporate world, whether it is a mature corporates or startups. I think SEBI as well as MCA, they laid out nice rules and company rules in 2013 and 2014. SEBI also recently, today also, they fine-tuned their disclosure statements to make sure relative transactions are better. But more often, I would still see ease of doing business is still a challenge. Maybe it's 70% better, but somewhere long way to go. So I would suggest a few things. I mean, rather deploy the technology, I think, to make, monitor closely the organization's performances, as well as recognize the good corporate governance rather than just compliances. I think next is there is something which I would feel mandating board evaluations. I think necessarily boards are the ultimate body, decision-making body, which is also a beacon of the business, showing the light and which path they need to go. That must be fully compliant. Ethics should be practiced. So it should evaluate with all the methods, the board level. And also the last one is, I would say, simplify the procedures. A lot of us still, linger around a lot of procedures to get to the stages. I would also say eliminate the formalities. For example, just writing hard-minute book types. So there are a lot of things which we are better. We can be better. This is what I felt it in terms of, what could be more better in terms of corporate governance.
So when we talk about ESG, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
It's again another tough question. Rather, I would say a strong foundation for any organization is on 3 pillars, not 4 pillars, maybe other one, I don't know, but 3 pillars to be honest. 1, people, processes, technology. As I said, managing across the globe, it gives me a greater strength to connect people with a diverse cultures and different geographies, different markets, and different customers. That's something, my learning, and that I could bring it to the table. Myself, as a person, I'm being in part of GE, I'm a Six Sigma, Green Belt, Black Belt, then, ITIL, also bought a lean certified for industries. Also now ID, independent director, which helps me to understand the company's laws. I think I can bring with my processes expertise a lot of standardization in products and services, and also eliminating the risks and mitigating the risks in the company, and designing beautiful business continuity plans, and also taking up, challenges and disruption brings in. Third piece is, I think I am been 3 decades, been with touch with technologies, but I never stopped learning, as I said in the earlier, which is one of the core value. So even today, my business is foraying into AI, ML technologies, and writing, we already announced bots, we announced mobile apps. So some of them still I'm connected. I think at the board, I could be a trusted technical advisor. Apart from this, part of the skill development, I served at the bottom of the pyramid at the social fabric, which I can actually link corporate vision to social, responsibilities or social improvement. So that's something I would feel confident about it. Thank you for that.
That's really wonderful to know. So when we talk about technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, and Web 3.0?
Yeah. So today, everyone talking about buzzwords, AI. Today's Times of India is full of AI. Yeah, well, these new technologies are, I would say, unleashing, and they would force every business to transform the way we do business, the way we interact with our customers, the way we provide the services to customers, which makes customers leaving the digital footprints all across, and also, the digital experiences of the customers would be way different from our traditional approaches. So while one should leverage the technology adoption and ready for that, disruption, and but also, be ready with the business models, which opportunities it gives you. End of the day, I would say these technologies bring a lot of predictability in the business as well as solutions in making lives better, which is ultimate goal. For example, just take cancer cure. One day it could become a predictable solution. Today, AI can take off a lot of routine decisions. Bots can replace mundane jobs, and process automation will help to make it overall processes, products to be a greater efficient. It will change the way we do business and it mitigates the risk too. So I would feel it, it's like ultimately a corporate or a business, go for it, deploy the technologies, because the opportunities, the changes, a lot of growth it brings, one should leverage. Apart from that, I think there would be a thin line between a technology company and non-technology company. What I would say is, be it agriculture industry or a construction or a healthcare, technology would get all these emerging technologies will embed and help people doing. So doctors can easily operate, a farmer can easily so, and a healthcare or a construction can be better. So these technologies can bring a tremendous better ways of doing things in life. So that's where ultimately these emerging technologies, the way I would see. Thanks again.
So as you know, we are building a community of industry magnets. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Hemal Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
Yeah, first of all, again, let me thank Jason and Hevel for giving this excellent program to industries. And I also like the word you said in your question, magnet, which attracts the industry experts, ESG experts across the globe. I think this initiative, even, before this, maybe I knew independent directors, but it gave me a lot of clarity, thought process, the program, the way it is structured. I gave a lot of feedback though, but it is, all across. As I said, feedback is a powerful tool to improve, but this is what the excellent program. Not only that, I would recommend to some of the corporates, not just stop at, looking just like independent directors. I think they should look at it, the second line and the executive management and the management teams, to make sure they learn more about corporate governance, because that's the way, the corporate governance can be strengthened. Thanks again. I think Director Institute and, World Development Corporation, both Jason and Hevel, and also all of them who helped me during this training. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think this gives me an opportunity to share my experiences with the prospects, independent directors, as well as, the audience. This is something, entire program and initiative is to instill confidence in our shareholders and stakeholders. Not only that, with the foreign institutional investors, that's very, very important that India is going through a lot of change at the board level with the help of independent directors as a one pillar, company secretaries, and then, accounting processes. So with this, I think it's an excellent program. I would strongly recommend to the audience to go for it and leverage it and also earn. That's what I would say. Thank you so much.
Thank you for these really kind words. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Manoj Kumar Bejawar, for joining us today. We wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enriched their minds. We have been really glad to have you here today with us on FaceTime with Leaders, and I'm sure that all the wonderful insights and your interesting career journey and principles that you have shared with us so far, I'm sure that everyone watching this, it is going to help them grow in their careers too. Thank you.
Thanks, Palak, for excellent interview and anchoring this program. I think it's excellent questions from you. Thank you so much. Have a nice
Thank you so much.